Hello! Hey, good
Hi.
evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to our second rehearsal, semi-final one, rehearsals recap live stream. How are you all? Hello, everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Mihal here. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who we are, or if you do know us, hi, it's Mihal. Over to Stefan.
Hello, I'm Stefan from Serbia. Mama.
And hello, it's Louise from Ireland also.
It's Miko here, Armenian living in Romania, and also Mama Tahari.
No, when we talk about Armenia, my mind immediately goes to kill it.
Of course.
Kill it.
Such a good song. Yeah, before we came on, the Mama Tahari, it kept coming into all of our heads and we just couldn't stop. So that explains why it'll just happen throughout the stream. So yeah. If it happens in the chat, make sure to spam the chat with Matahari. Guys, it's so good to see all your faces. It's so good to be talking Eurovision. Hello, everyone in the chat. Louise, people are asking where you are, but you're here.
Where I am?
Apparently, you're a black screen. A black screen.
Oh.
We can
everyone.
Can you guys see me?
I can see you, but they can't. But hello, Connor Chambers, Adam, Lawrence Elliott says, I think Louise has a camera problem.
Maybe you could refresh.
Yeah, maybe you can refresh. Hey, Julia. There's a lot of love for Lesley right now. And hey, Pascal. Guys, should we just get into this? The second rehearsals happen today in the Ahoy Arena in Rotterdam. Shall we go around each country? There's 15, and shall we kind of say what we're loving about the performance, and if there's any constructive criticism, because we don't want to bash. That's not what it's about. We only want the best performances possible at the contest. So, shall we just kick it off with Lithuania?
Yeah.
Okay, Louise, you are at the Roop stand, so I will allow you to go on and take the floor, my love.
Let's discoteque right at my home. It's so good. It's such a good semi-opener. I don't really have a huge amount to say in terms of like a positivity sandwich. The styling and the color scheme is great, spot on, perfect. Only little thing that could be improved is I think just more oomph and more energy, but like it's totally understandable in the rehearsals the artists are holding back that little bit because obviously they're going to give it their all when it counts on the night. And the song is just amazing and it's so apt for the year that's in it. So that's my little positivity sandwich or positivity burger, I don't know, whatever you're into. And yeah, I just love Lithuania. I think it's an amazing semi-final opener and it's flying into the final easily.
If I may add, I definitely agree with everything you just said. It's an amazing song and everything. But at this point, it really feels outdated already for some reason. It's like it's been overly played, overly used. Like the performance is basically the same as it was in their national final. So I was extremely excited. And I know they're going to, qualify to the finals because everything really is mind-blowing. But for me right now, it kind of goes into the boring side. I don't know why. I feel like that, but it's just
we're
like
in the
that.
bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing changed.
I kind of agree with Stefan. Everything is perfect about Lithuania performance, so there's actually not much to say. It's a qualifier, that's for sure. It's just not on my playlist anymore, just probably because I just heard it so many times, but it's a qualifier, they deserve it, and it's a very, very good song and a very good performance. Everything is just good.
No, I agree.
It's a dance party playlist, that's why, Nico.
Sorry?
It needs to go on our dance party playlist.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
No, I would party the house down that song, that's for sure. But at this point on Eurovision, I'm like, okay, we've seen it. Next.
Yeah, it's because they didn't their first product was so polished and it was perfect, and I think we didn't want to see anything different really. We just wanted to keep that product, and that's why I wasn't super excited to see what they were going to do on stage, But yeah, I think it's just a shame because we've had it so long that we're feeling a bit like, oh, we know this is like sort of done. But yeah, it's a surefire qualifier next week. Now moving on to Slovenia next. Yeah, Slovenia. Does anyone want to talk about it?
Okay, I feel like I really need to say she has an incredible voice. It's an amazing song, and for some reason, I personally love it. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna qualify. Maybe juries will, bring her back to the throne. I think this is like a really strong semifinal, and she doesn't have a chance, unfortunately. But for me, it hits my soul. I love those high notes. I love everything that's happening. They're classy, but not a qualifier.
No, I actually had not high hopes. I thought that if anyone in the semi-final was going to do a North Macedonia 2019, it was going to be Slovenia. But I just felt so underwhelmed by their staging. Yeah, I don't see a way for them to be qualifying this year. But I'm going to echo you. I love her voice, and I love what she's wearing. Because that's important. It's a stage performance. But I was just a little bit let down visually and as a package, like yeah, not qualifying for me.
Not a qualifier. Maybe we can move on to Russia because there is a lot to talk about that one.
There is. Miko, do you want to kick us off?
Well, Slovenia is not a qualifier. I don't think it will. It's just the voice is amazing, but the staging and I don't know everything else. No. And also on the odds is not favorite, actually. Is the second last. So yeah, I don't think it will qualify, or maybe jury will do something, crazy, and they will, but otherwise I don't think so.
Yeah. And what about Russia? We'll kick Russia off with you.
Yeah, Mimi, what do you think about Russia?
Russia, I mean, wow. Wow, can we just say wow about Russia? Like, I started to listen to this song so many times recently, like it's just growing on me so much. And when I saw also the last rehearsal with yes, definitely yes.
I swear to God, when I think about that song, like when I have my earphones on and like the song goes on and I'm on the street, the whole world is mine. Everything is perfect, and I even thought like their national performance. That's it. That's the most they can get out of it. But when I saw this rehearsal, the moving dress, like the whole concept, backup singers, everything was perfect. But there is a small thing that I do not like about the performance. I absolutely hate the cliche messages that go behind her. I would prefer I don't like things like those.
No, but in a performance like Russia, when you've got such a strong and powerful message in another language, it does help to have one of the universal languages with the graphics. It helps, and it's not too much. It really aided countries like Italy back in 2018. And I just think it helps aid the narrative and help with it. Otherwise, if you don't really know what's happening, she's saying something, but it really helps portray the message. I'm echoing everything you said, and I know Sandra and a few other hubbers are there. Leo, Katie, Danny, Julia. Sandra really described this perfectly. It's just such a smart performance. Like the more you dissect it, the more you notice and uncover and love. So we need to see Russia in the final. I'm going to go to Louise now because I know she's a big Russian woman fan this year.
I honestly think she's going to qualify to top 10.
Every Russian woman needs to know your strong defense against the wall, and every Irish woman knows that this is one of the best songs in the
Yeah, we have Muslims too. Okay, Stefan.
They are pumped up. I actually came back from the gym like 2 hours ago, so I'm still
the blood's still there, fluid.
Yeah.
This will be an absolute travesty if it doesn't qualify. I don't know what I will do. This doesn't qualify. I will walk to the EBU headquarters myself and demand a recount. But this is qualifying. This is going through. She represents so many good things. Her message is so powerful. It's so strong. It needs to be heard. This is so authentic for Russia. Russia has sent things year on year that I think they send in an attempt to win, to do well. and it never lands for me, just personally speaking. And the 1 year where it's kind of last minute thrown together, Little Big kind of decide late in the game that they're not coming back, and they find a song. It was written apparently a couple of days before the national final. I'm obsessed. It is so good. It's so genuine. And I can't wait to see it in the final. It's just for me a case of where is it going to come in the final. But I'm so happy that Manizha has this platform. She deserves the world.
I actually prefer. I never thought I could say this, but I prefer Manizha rather than Little Big.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know what it is? I think it's because this feels, not that Little Big aren't authentic, but this just feels very raw and very real and very from the heart and very, genuine and authentic, and it shines through. And it's so welcome for a country like Russia, who tend to pop out songs and artists and acts from the pop factory. And so this is just welcome, and I'd love to see other countries do this as well, like Sweden. Something a bit unexpected and genuine. So yeah.
I don't know if you watched just a small information. I don't know if you watched the interviews with Nikki Tutorials today, but actually, Manizha said about her dress, like that's when I was mind blown, that her dress is actually beaded by almost every ethnic group, women from different ethnic groups all across Russia. So that's I've got, my hair just went up. So
I don't know if you were watching the live stream, but Sandra actually mentioned that every part of her dress is made up of different parts of regions from Russia, but it also represents the heaviness that she feels maybe society in Russia has put on top of her, and she's weighed down by her country's cultures. And I just, yes, but let's move on to Sweden. Miko, what do we think on Tusse Voices?
I don't like it. It just...
Miko, tell us what you really think. Don't hold back, buddy. Just tell us.
It's just that... I mean, it's fine that it's Sweden because it's very Swedish production, but this one doesn't make much for me. No. For me, it's a no. It might qualify, but I would not like to see Sweden in final just because I have many other favorites. It's just not a song I listen, but everything is fine. I wouldn't say the voice is very okay. I felt like the voice is kind of shaky, but the whole performance, it's okay. It's not something wow. I just don't like it, but probably will qualify. Yeah.
I would like to say that it's the same thing as Lithuania. It's the same performance from Melody Festival, and nothing has changed. Nothing has really touched my nerve. Plus, I prefer his outfit from Melody Festival and in the jewelry. It is kind of same, but he had I think he had different jewelry for some reason. But Sweden is constantly good. It's gonna go well. I listen to Voices. I actually love the song, but nothing special to say about it. It's the same thing we already saw.
Louise.
Positivity sandwich time. I love him and his voice. As for the filling, the actual song, I would take or leave it. It's just there. It's a We Are the World peace song, and for me, there isn't much more to it. So I never ever stream it, unfortunately. And on to a better note, his vocals again are top quality. It's slick, it's well produced. It's Sweden. It's confident. It's what we've come to expect from them. And even though I see a lot of whispers and chatter online about them not qualifying, that is just not going to happen. They're going to qualify.
Yeah, we're going to see Sweden qualifying this year. For sure, because they're giving us what Sweden do best, like a polished pop product. And people come for them for that. But a lot of countries couldn't do what they're doing, but people are getting sick of it. But I will echo yous as well and say that I do love to say he is going to make them qualify. It's not the song. He and his charisma and his showmanship will take Sweden through this year. And I have to disagree with you, Stefan. I love what he's wearing in Rotterdam. I prefer it over the long sleeve. I guess it just shows a bit more of him. It shows a bit more of his personality. I love that play on the androgyny. I think it's brave to do that. and I'm happy that we're seeing that visual on such a big world stage and platform, you know. And I think seeing him dressed like that will speak to a lot of young people and just people in general. So I'm happy for him, and anyone who sees that will be like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I can dress like that. You know, I'm really big into that. So for that reason, I love this version of his outfit. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I love both of the outfits. Outfits are really, you know, changing the game, and as you said, they're gonna really be inspiring for younger generation. And I'm all about that gender fluidity in fashion. But fashion wise, when I look what he looks better in, I prefer. But that's not really even important. Like, the song is still amazing and the performance is good.
Yeah. Now, the first day that we watched rehearsals, we didn't get to see much of Australia's live on tape. We just got like the quickest little flash on screen. But now we got a little more extended clip. Louise, I'm going to go to you. What are your thoughts on Australia? Where are they in your ranking? Where do you see them for next week?
Australia is middling for me. I quite like the song. I like this kind of genre of hyperpop. I like Montaigne a lot. I think she's a very distinctive voice. That is certainly something that will make her stand out. I was watching the second rehearsal today and thinking that it really popped, the way they have the twinkling lights. And as far as pre-recorded entries go, you know, I had some concerns about some countries of what they send, but SBS have put together a really, really good one. It's strong. It's not going to look strange, I think, in the flow of the show in between the other entries. It's well produced. It looks good. Montaigne's sounding pretty good. I really just, I don't know. There's just something missing for me in the performance. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, and I like the song. I like her. I don't fully know what it is. Maybe the song just doesn't feel competitive enough. I'd love to know what would compel somebody to vote for it, and I'm willing to be told I'm wrong if there are people out there who would definitely vote for it. I just feel like it will get forgotten in the pack, but overall it's really strong what they're bringing, and it's something that Australia can be proud of.
Miko, I really want to hear you. What do you think about Montaigne in Australia?
Well, actually, I like the entry of Australia more than Sweden. So it's a song I listen way more times than Swedish entry. I did not like the second rehearsal. Okay, I know it's not live on stage in Rotterdam, but I just didn't like it. It felt like Louis said that it might not feel like it does not belong from the same stage, but I felt like it does. Yeah, I like the song, but I don't think it will qualify. I would definitely choose to Australia qualify instead of Sweden, but I don't think that will happen in the same time. I think it's kind of not how to say, commercial enough, even though it is, but it's a little bit strange. So I don't know. I like it, but I don't think it will qualify, sadly.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think it's going to qualify, not just because, you know, of the performance, but she really had bad luck this year. Like, all of the things that happened, she not coming to Rotterdam, you know, having to film. And, you know, a lot of people are not gonna feel her like she's the part of Eurovision as she should have been, you know? So that's why I think that's her bad luck this year. The song is good, the performance is good, but yeah, she didn't have luck.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I maybe had too high expectations for the live on tape. I don't know. Maybe this was maybe Montaigne's own decision creatively to make it look the way it does. And I don't know if it's what they intended, but it looks very stripped back. Like, does that make sense? There's not that much happening, but I don't know if they were going for that like simple throwback vibe performance. But I think for the first time, Australia's not going to qualify this year.
Yeah.
I agree with Louise in the sense that I'm trying to rack my brain. What makes a viewer or a juror decide to mark Australia higher than some of the other female bops, for example, that we have in the semi-final? Why would you choose that over like Destiny or, you know, just for example, because at the end of the day, it is a competition, so we do have to think in terms of this. But yeah, shall we go to North Macedonia and Vasil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to start.
Anybody want to say anything?
I want to start.
Forgive me while I get my charger. You go, Nico.
Yeah.
So, from the very beginning, the song of Macedonia was not something I really liked it. It's very Disney. It's very, I don't know, like it's just not my style. When I heard and I saw the music video, so it was not a song that I would listen, and I would still not listen that song. But when I saw the second rehearsal, it was this standard shot, like camera just on him, and I just hearing his voice, I started to have goosebumps, that was very weird. I was like, how can I have goosebumps listening this song live? And I did a few times before, and I did not feel that way. So that was the one of the biggest surprise for this semifinal. I don't think it will qualify. Only jury can make like something to make it happen, and I would prefer Macedonia instead of Slovenia, because let's say it's kind of similar, not similar, but the kind of same genre. But I would love to see Macedonia in the final. Yeah, I would really like that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree that he is one of the best vocalists this year. That's for sure. Like his voice is amazing, but I just don't feel anything about this song. Plus the similarity of the performance of him and Daughter from like that was last year. That was like, I mean, come on, you cannot do that like the year after. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I understand the comparison, but the average viewer isn't going to know slash care that it's the same as Daughter in Sweden. I think the major strong point here is his vocals, but they've actually done quite a good job with the stage. I just hope it's not overdone and that it's not too much.
Yeah. I mean, they did what they needed to do and more. You know, that's like if you're
They
gonna
threw the kitchen sink.
Yeah, and that's what they needed to do because this song was being forgotten. I had to listen. I heard it and I was like, oh, so that's how it goes. Like, you know, I forgot what it sounded like. It wasn't sticking, so it really needed that shining from a blazer moment. I don't think we're going to see this in the final, but I agree with Miko. It was really touching. I started getting a bit like, oh, am I going to cry at this? Like, there are times. Like, I was like, shit, this is good. And he was building up this nice vulnerable moment, and then it drops the ball when he rips open, and this big, gah. I understand why they did it, but I don't like it. It almost cheapens it. You know, it could have been really classy and demure and very muted, but yeah, I think the Daughter moment, if you want to call it that, cheapens the performance, but I understand the reasoning.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on to Ireland? Ole, 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 ole.
Did I hear that there's some love for Lesley in the chat tonight? Did I
Yes,
some
there
love
is
for
love
Lesley?
for Lesley everywhere. I swear, like, you know, first of all, I'm not from Ireland. May I start this, please?
What? Really?
First, I
You're
love
not?
the song. I love the song of the first moment I heard it, like way much more than the last years. And today, when I saw the second rehearsal, she's really doing something that we didn't see as often on Eurovision stage, which is like kudos to that. Plus, my friend, who is not, I mean, who never even heard Ireland. I think he heard Ireland today for the first time. He's like, oh my gosh, this is really working on me. I really like this. So you should be proud of your representative this year, because one of the biggest surprises for me today was Ireland, honestly. I loved it.
Wow, I'm going to go to Miko next and save me and Louise to the end. This chat is going to be crazy. Like, I can just see it going...
I'm kind of welling up looking at the chat and listening to Stefan.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, the Irish song was not a song that I would listen to. So when the video came out with the song, I looked. The video was very beautiful. The song was fine, but was not something for me personally to come back and to listen it again. But today's performance, It was so good. Like all those visual, pleasure that I got watching that short part, it just made me like the song more or want to listen it again. The only thing I would say that she still, I mean, definitely was better than the first rehearsal, but I hope that she will be better with vocals, like even better, and maybe feel a little bit more confident. I mean, I know there is so much happening there, and she needs to look left, right, up, down, take something, and there's so much work for her to do besides singing. So that can be tricky a little bit. But if she would feel a little bit slightly more confident and maybe just to enjoy a little bit the moment, that would be just great. About qualifying, I still don't know. I think
ask you, yeah.
I think literally the way the performance from the first semifinal, the way she will feel, if she will feel more relaxed and more confident, I think that could make the difference because everything else is very nice.
I think it will really be on the border. Like, it's gonna be 11th, 10th place for Ireland. Trust me, that's going to be the case.
I was literally gonna say, okay, before me and Louise get our little neb in, I was gonna say, like, for you guys watching it for the first time, like, would you think like your friends would vote for it? Would your family vote for this? Like, I know we haven't done this with other countries, but let's just give us an exception. It's Ireland, and that wants to talk about Lesley. So you see it like 10th, 11th. You don't see it as like a surefire qualifier at the moment.
Well, it really depends. As Miko said, like, she really looks stressed, and you can tell that. Like, put a little smile on your face. This song is like, I don't know, somehow you feel this song in a heart. It makes me smile. It's not a sad song, give me that type of energy. Maybe if she really manages to, connect her energy to the energy of the song, not worrying about the props, not worrying about what's gonna happen, maybe that's gonna make her through the finals, because people are recognize how relaxed she is in all that she's doing, because that can look really amazing if you do it effortlessly with good energy.
Yeah, I will say that I'm just so proud to be an Irish Eurovision fan this year. Like, Lesley has made us all super proud. And it's the first time that I remember that innovative staging and Ireland are in the same conversation, like the same sentence. Like, that never happens for us. And I'm really holding on to that. Like, the excitement is so unusual for us. And we have Lesley to thank for that. But I watched it for the first time and I didn't get to hear her audio. But today I got to hear her vocals. And I'm glad to hear that she's being supported more, because she's doing a lot. And when you're doing a lot, it is the most normal, natural thing that you're supported by another person helping you. In what world are you not? So I'm glad that they've got her padded out more. They're supporting her, because as what all of you said, she's doing a lot. She's thinking about looking here. She's doing here. She's on it. Oh, swore. She's on a treadmill. Like, she's doing a lot.
Two treadmills.
Two. So she's vocally sounding a lot stronger. And yeah, that's what I usually be looking out for and listening for. I'll let Louise go on, because I know you want to say some things.
Yeah, do I? The first rehearsal, see, I had an idea of what was coming, so I feel when I watched it, I wasn't maybe shocked. Like, I wasn't shocked like other people were, because I had an idea of what was coming. So I was just trying to focus on it so much, and we only got to see it once, and then it was just gone. So now today I sat down and I watched the second rehearsals, and I got to see all the run-throughs, and oh my gosh, it was just, I don't know, was it that I got more time to watch it, or I think it just was greatly improved, to be honest. There were so many things tweaked, so many things improved. She did look more comfortable today. Things were more in line. I was really concerned by the last chorus of the song, because the first rehearsal we saw, she walked away from the world, the set, and it kind of looked like, there's an orange backdrop, and it looked a bit like the set had just been thrown on the stage and left, and it was a bit messy. Whereas today, with some fixed camera angles and bits and bobs. It actually looked really cool. It looked like, because I think you don't, it's a danger zone to go into this whole music video scene, because the viewers are watching going, is this a video or is she on the stage? So I think the fact that she comes away from the set kind of answers the viewer's question from that point of view, and that, like, yeah, look, we were doing all these cool visual things on the stage. It wasn't graphics, it was handheld things. I love the little nod to Story of My Life with the book pages flickering beside her. That's just a nice kind of nod to last year. I would like them to maybe fix the drawings on the pages. I don't know, are they just prototypes currently? But I know the lyric is Finding Colours in the Grey, but they just look a little bit plain at the moment, the way they're flicking past her. But they're very, very easy things to tweak. Vocals have much improved. I agree with you, Micheál, about being supported by the backing vocalists. I know Alicia hopped on for a little while. One of the last days we were on, we were speaking about it, and she was making the point, you know, this is a year where we can use more recorded vocals, like use it. You know, use what you have. It's there to help you. She is doing so much. She's doing so much. She doesn't need to carry all of the vocal and treadmills and all of the cameras, all of the other things that she's doing. But yeah, I'm so chuffed. I'm so thrilled. Like, as you said, Micheál, to have creative staging or exciting or all those words never been done before to be put with Ireland is like insane, because, you know, from my point of view, I'm just so used to RT plonking people on the stage with like a few colours and a few lights, and that's about it. So it's exciting to have something to be proud of, to support. Hashtag love for Lesley.
Don't be strict on yourself too much, Louise. Like, you had a fountain on the stage.
Well, that was a while ago. But see, this is the thing. When the artists take more of the creative direction, like Lesley, like Deborah, like Ryan O'Shaughnessy, good things happen for Ireland when the artists take control. And Deborah did that. That wasn't RT, that was Deborah. But hashtag love for Lesley. And I also saw in the chat hashtag love for Miko's Mo.
Yes, we love Miko's moustache.
Hashtag love for Miko's Mo.
Yeah.
Mustache.
Mama Miko's moustache.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so moving on to one of my favorite rehearsals that I watched in the first day, Cyprus. Yes, this is what you call a staging. They didn't overstage it. That's what I loved. They could have come in here with devils and fire and everything cliche, but they didn't. It's so slick. It's so clean. Elena is doing what she's there to do. She's just singing. She's doing some movements. She's letting the dancers dance. I felt like their first rehearsal could have easily been their second. So when I saw their second today, I was like, smashed it. Like, you're qualifying. And I was going to just throw a top 10 finish out there, but let's just see.
She is. You can do that. She is going to be top 10. She's one of the fan favorites for sure. I mean, everything was, it was, should I say perfect? Maybe not perfect, but really close to perfection. Like, she has that amazing backdrop. Like, that backdrop, at some point, the backdrop goes up, and then you have like the big Diablo thing going on fire. It's really effective.
So
plus, I really like the concept, like all the girls being devils and her being in that angelic dress, let's say, so being the angel for her. I don't know, the whole concept is amazing. She is amazing. It's gonna be top 10. Don't worry about it, everybody. She's late.
Yeah, and vocally as well, she's there. Like, there was a lot. I saw on Twitter a lot of people were doubting it. Like, can she do it? She did it, and she'll do it all day for you guys. And I love that. I know we're going to talk about them in a second, but Croatia and Cyprus, honestly, the little nods. Oh, and I'll say Moldova, but we're not talking about them. I felt very shady lady. It felt very Eurovision. There's no such thing as a typical Eurovision song or performance, but for me, Cyprus is Eurovision for me this year. Does that make any sense? It just feels Eurovision.
The outfit, it's like shady lady, hero, Charlotte Pirelli, that kind of outfit.
This is a show on a Saturday night that we want to be entertained, and they are entertaining us. Miko, what are your thoughts? I know, dancer, choreographer, tell us, what are you feeling?
I mean, it's definitely a qualifier. I would love to see this performance in top 10. And something that I noticed the difference between the first rehearsal and the second one is that she was smiling in the second one. I don't know if you noticed. She was smiling. And I was like, yes, you are even more approachable and I love you even more. So that made me very happy. Yeah. Because she was flirting and she was, having fun with the camera and smiling. And that, when people smile, they're more, likable and approachable, and people, remember that. So I would like that also from Lesley also to smile a little bit, to have fun a little bit. So then it will not look like work, but it will look like, having some fun. But yes, Cyprus in final, top 10, hopefully.
But I would, I actually thought her hair. I would prefer her hair to be slicked. I don't know. I kind of visualized her. I would prefer her hair to be slicked back, like in the music video.
She's fun anyway.
In this way, she kind of reminds me of Tamta. I don't want this to remind me of anything else. I just want her to be her, and that's all.
Replay. Yeah.
No, it was really good. One of the best rehearsals. Well, top 3 rehearsals from today.
Yeah,
she was good.
Louise, do you have anything to add for Cyprus, or I know your thoughts and feelings about it? Do you want to move on, or?
No, it's very competent. I like that it's on brand Cyprus, yet it's not a carbon copy of things they've sent before. Her vocal live has really impressed me. I'm very pleased for her about that. And I agree with you. I'm happy that they didn't overdo the staging. And yeah, there's a lot of promise here. It's a very solid entry.
Yeah, so it's a 100% qualifier then from us for.
Trust me.
Yeah, I think at the end actually we should try put together a top 10, us and the chat. So chat, let's have that in mind. At the end of the live stream, we're going to try put together a little top 10 list.
Is that a personal top 10, not a prediction?
No, it's based on purely what we've seen on the first rehearsal, second rehearsal. Let's consider vocal, costumes, stage and lighting, and running order, because ultimately that plays a part. And that, which moves us on to the next one, Norway, who I think ultimately suffers in between these superstars of Elena from Cyprus and Albina from Croatia. He's just in the middle. He's suffering. I thought that he was going to maybe outshine just with the OTT staging, but we just didn't know what Cyprus and Croatia were going to bring. But ultimately, he's been overshadowed, I feel. I don't want to see him in the final. I don't want this to be the narrative going into the decade that this is what Eurovision is. It's nothing against his story. Everyone has stories. Everyone has scars. Everyone has something to say. Everyone's a nice person, but that doesn't take you to the next stage of a song contest. That was my TED Talk. There's refreshments at the back. Bye.
Yes, I agree with everything you said. Okay, for real, guys. He has a story. You don't know the story about the song. In this case, I don't care. I just want to see something that will blow my mind on Eurovision, and I don't want this performance to be recognized by an average viewer and say, you see what Eurovision is, a bunch of beep, piled on top of the other. I mean, that's what this performance reminds me of. It's the same as in Melody Festivalen. I hated then, I hate it now, and I'm really glad that he is in between Cyprus and Albina, and that he's gonna be nearly forgotten after those 3 minutes. Thank you so much. I'm gonna just go.
Should I? Is it clean up on aisle, Mihal and Stefan? Should I come along with the mop and just sprinkle some love in? The song has really grown on me. Actually, I wasn't hearing the song at all for a long time. Literally, as of yesterday, I was listening to it, and it came on the Eurovision playlist, and I was like, "Oh, I actually am coming around to the song." My true issue is, and to be fair, he could be either saving his voice or it could be a sound mixing problem. Watching his second rehearsals today, he's really drowned out by the backing singers. And if anything like that happens on a night, I think that could really hurt his jury score. So that would just be something to watch out for in Tick's performance. It's very possible that either he's saving his voice or it's a sound mixing issue, but I found that very strange today. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the costume or the styling or anything, but the actual song itself has grown on me.
And sorry, I find the staging, like, I was gonna say low key, but I'm not. It's not low key. It's like high key, uncreative. Oh, that was a crappy word. Let me try again. It's unimaginative. There it is. It's unimaginative, and it feels a bit boring. And I feel like they thought and they think that the wings and this concept is going to be enough, but it's not.
He's
but
probably got those from Efendi
I
now,
heard-
so it's fine.
The word I heard when people are talking about about this song and the performance, you don't get it. It's the parody of Eurovision. I you are talking to me like, do I want a parody on Eurovision? No, I want high quality, because this isn't a parody festival, guys. Let's face it. This festival has good music for everybody. So please, let's not go on that side. We're gonna love something because it's the parody of something. No, I don't like it. I hate it, and bye.
Miko, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I do like the song. It started to. I do like the song. If I don't need to watch the performance, I don't need to see anything that is happening on the stage. Once you put them together, it's a big no for me. I would not like to see this in final. It might qualify, but hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. It would be a real shame, because it would take the place of a song that would really help and aid the image and the credibility that the contest has built over the course of the last decade or so, and I just don't want it to be damaged. Yeah. But the only way I see it qualifying is because the last idea that people maybe have of Eurovision is the movie. And Fire Saga was that kitschy sort of thing, the joke parody thing. So maybe they think, oh yeah, haha, that's that. Yeah, we know that's thing, which I hope to God doesn't happen.
No, I don't think that will happen, honestly.
I hope not.
What's worse, like the song by itself, it's when you hear it on your earphones without watching, it's not really that bad. It's an okay song, la 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 la. But
yeah,
as when you combine the two together, it's a mess.
Shall we talk about Albina, Croatia?
Can I go first? Because I'll be really quick. I have a one-liner. All I want to say is, Queen, she is by far my favorite of all the pop girlies in the semi-final. Mic drop. That's it. That's all I want to say.
I'm just going to take more light. It is getting dark in London town.
I love Albina. Her song is one of my favorites this year. Like, I really listen to that song really often. However, I am really personal. I get really personal here. Like with Albina, I feel the same as with Hurricane. I want these two to do the best of their capacity, because they sing in a language. Okay, Albina sings in English, but she also sings in Croatian, which is completely the same language as mine. And, I want them to be best. But the outfits are...
You love them, right? They're really good.
I think that this is the best candidate this year for Barbara Dex.
Stefan, no, that's not where I thought you were going to go with that. I think she looks incredible.
No, Michael, please. Like the dancers, I even have screenshots on my phone. Like, I cannot. Does this dancer look happy here, please, with this?
Yeah, but don't forget, this is like a staging. Costumes are always a bit outlandish. They're extra sparkly. They're extra, just extra. Like, do you agree, Miko? Like,
she looked amazing in Dora, and I expected something like that, only upgraded. Okay, I understand the concept, like the whole thing, but it's just from the fashion side. When I cannot with the costumes.
I like her costume. I think she looks very beautiful in that costume. The only thing I would change, I would just undress a little bit more the guys. But that's it. Otherwise, I think it's very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
I
feeling
think
that
that the song for me sonically is not what I listen to. It feels like it's from someone's laptop from like 2010 or 11. Like that's
Mhm.
the tea, the coffee,
You think
the hot chocolate.
Croatia does?
I think yeah, I
Then
think
there's another
Croatia
country with the
sonically,
2010 song. Okay.
I think it sounds a bit dated, and the production feels empty and very thin. And then that matched with the Dora costumes and staging didn't help it. But now the fashion and everything, the styling elevates it, I think, and actually makes me want to listen to it.
You know what's worse? Like the stylist for for her costumes on Eurovision is actually Serbian. He's a very popular stylist here in Belgrade. So I don't know really.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I love this stay. This was a big surprise for me.
Yes.
Mika, we watched it together, right?
We were super excited. I
Yeah.
was totally shocked because I thought that they just elevated everything from the national final. I do like the song very much, and I hope it will qualify. I really hope.
And her
Yeah.
vocals, her vocals are way much better. Way
Yes,
much
yes.
better.
They're better, but I do have a note for today's rehearsal. Just that, oh no, the top, oh no, is still pitchy. But for me,
Mhm.
I even hear it pitchy in the studio track. That could be just something that I hear all the time. But I feel like, yeah, we got autotune, right? We got some people that can help her out. There's no shame in that. Everyone needs a bit of help.
But is she going to qualify? Like she's also
Yeah.
one of those entries
Yeah.
that you don't know what's gonna happen.
No, she's getting through.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
What do you
before
guys
the
think?
rehearsals, she wasn't on my radar. I didn't care for it. But now I'm like, we need to see her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun performance. It's something I would love to see in the finals.
Yeah. Louise, do we think Croatia's going through then? Not
Yes.
you, but we think as a whole that like the viewers at
I think
home,
so.
jurors,
I think so. And can I also just say, I think she looks stunning. I think Barbara Dex should be gotten rid of. I don't like the Barbara Dex award.
yeah.
It's not nice. Let people wear if they want to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I as I said, I take it personal because I want her because I love the song. I love her.
Of course.
I just
Yeah.
I saw her in something else. That's all.
Yeah, of course. So understandable. So moving on, we're like a change of tone when it comes to Belgium, right?
Who wants to speak first? I'll just remember the good.
I don't think it will qualify. It's a very beautiful, mature entry.
Oh, hang
It's
on,
very
guys.
professional.
I think there's something wrong with my speaker. I just heard Miko say he doesn't. Did he just say they're not going to qualify?
I really don't think the public
Neither.
will vote for it. It's very beautiful. It's very professional. It's it's like very quality entry. I just don't think it's enough. Like I don't think enough people will vote for it to qualify. And if they will, I will be totally fine with it because it's a very good entry. I just don't think it will.
I love it. I love this entry actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the music here. It's a really good music. But the performance is kind of underwhelming for me. Nothing special happens there. Somehow I feel like I see this in a way. It's a sexy song. She's a sexy, classy lady. I think they could have gone way much further with the staging and with what happens on the stage.
In what?
Well, sorry, Michal.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, in what? How do you envision it? Like you say, they could have done more. What would you liked?
Yeah, but what I saw from the rehearsal video, she's just standing and singing. All right, but give me something, give me some sass, give me some sex appeal because I can see that in her eyes. And this song kind of reminds me, of a theme from a True Blood. Do you know? I don't know why I connect these, but I want to do dun 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 dun. Those Western types of songs, and I find those songs sexy and seductive. And I find this song, even though maybe it's not the message of the song, but I it speaks to me in that way. So I wanted to see something in that direction here, because I think that would make it more memorable. In this case, where she just, she looks amazing, the dress is awesome, but nothing's happening. People are going to forget this.
I totally disagree because for a lot of the reasons that have been said, it's a slow down in pace, but I think that's really going to help them. They're sandwiched between so many pop girlies, so many upbeat things. I think if that's not your thing, you're going to be like, oh, Belgium, yeah, it's cool. Dark pop, it's something Belgium does so well. Apparently today, I missed their second rehearsal, but I heard from other sources that the Johnny Cash t-shirt came flying down like a banner at one point, which is kind of fun. Adds a bit of quirk to the performance, I guess you could say. And I think it's a dark horse to do really well. I think juries are going to go for it. And I think if you're a televoter who's like, not really into these dancey, upbeat tracks, I think you're going to go for Belgium and Ukraine. You're going to throw, I think I can imagine voters going that way with that genre. I would be shocked if it didn't qualify, to be honest.
Yeah, I would be also happy to be a qualifier. I love the song. I love the whole theme.
Yeah, what I love about this is just the intimacy of it and like the camera angles that she has, and her voice is actually my favorite part of this. And even the details in like the camera angles where you see the backing singer and then she's in the center and the camera circles around. It's what needed to be done. We know that Belgium doesn't have a good reputation for staging, so I'm just so happy that they're actually able to stage their good dark pop, which they had problems with in the past. I think it's just so classy and so chic and so elegant. I feel so safe watching them. And it would be such a shame to not see them in the final. I think there are a welcome breath of fresh air in this semi. So from one pop to Belgium to the next pop, it's Israel. What do we think? Miko, this is your favorite of 2021. Kick us off.
Well, it was the studio version and without watching the performance, but my top 10 also changed a lot once I've seen the first rehearsal. I still like the song very much, but I'm not into the staging, like into dancers, into costumes. There is so many things I don't visually like. Vocals, it was definitely better, the second rehearsal than the first one. But the whole package, I was like really disappointed. The way it was performed on stage with everything. The second rehearsal was better. I think for me, I cannot say for sure that they will qualify. Even though it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I have doubts about it. I wouldn't say it's not a qualifier, but I cannot be very sure about it that it will be in the finals. I hope it will, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like they actually got the maximum of it. The song is a nice pop song, and they really elevated it with the revamp. For me, this staging and how she looks, how she behaves, for me it works. I would love it to see in the finals. It's not the best thing of the night, definitely, but it's the maximum of its capacities from the first version that we got.
I don't know if it's the maximum that Israel could do and should have done with this track, though. Again, like, I think Eden and her voice and her performance skills sell the song and everything. I do like Set Me Free. I was very much team Set Me Free in the beginning. I actually don't like the revamp as much as the original.
Me too.
I actually prefer the revamp.
I love that.
I'm getting my own. And where's the key change? Honestly, like, hello, key change reported missing. Can you start making posters? Like, why did they get rid of it?
Well, maybe it's too hard to do it live. Who knows?
What I will say is those whistle notes, Mother of Divine Jesus, like they are there, like they're, and she was so playful with them in her second rehearsal too. She was like, And then she was
She's
just like,
it's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
This is how I
Did
speak.
you see what the dancers were doing? They were like, behind her. She was
Yeah.
doing it. Go back and watch it because it's really
She
funny.
was smiling. Like that was the most relaxed face you could ever see while
You're hitting those notes, you know?
yeah, and she's there as if she's just saying, hello, how are you? And it looks so effortless, and
Yeah.
that will give her a treat. And by the strength of what they sounded like, they're not going to be a problem live.
Mhm.
So, like, I just wanted more. You know, we have that dress reveal and stuff like that. I just wanted a wee bit more. I think they could have. Do you know in the music video when she's in that like Diamante cat suit, they're dancing in the water? Why wasn't that their staging?
Yeah, that's
Her in the middle, 2 female dancers behind her, form a formation of 5, start dancing in the water. Ga, 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 ga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ga,
Yeah.
ga, ga. Like,
I don't have anything to add. I have to agree with all 3 of you, like on the money. Yeah, I agree.
okay, perfect. So, what the country we're going to talk about next is what's up? Romania. I was waiting for the thing to go across. I was like trying to buy some time. Romania. Does anyone want to start?
Well,
Yeah.
should I go? Okay,
I just want. Okay, no.
Every time Roxen's on stage, I just want to hug her, guys. She's so
And you
lost.
shouldn't feel like that for a performer. You
She's
should
so
feel like you're in
lost.
safe hands.
Oh, my heart just goes out to her. I just want to sit her down, give her a cup of tea, and be like, "It's all right. It's all right. You're gonna be fine. You are gonna be fine. You are a singer. You can sing. You can do this. Believe in yourself, please." It's really sad to watch. It's really. I don't know what it is. Has she not found her groove yet, or is she finding the whole thing overwhelming? I know that the delegation did come out after the first rehearsal and they said that she was very emotional that day and she was finding it difficult. My heart goes out to her. I mean, don't like to hear that for any person. But it's a shame because you know they have so much going for them. If I were speaking to the Romanian delegation, I would say your visuals are beautiful. Your choreography is beautiful. You're bringing the concept. It's a really good concept, and you're bringing it from the video very nicely to the stage. But while everything around her is going quite well, it just still feels like a lot of it's falling apart. And I just hope, for their own sakes, that they kind of piece it together before next week. Because as it stands, I can't see people voting for this to go to the final, and it's really heartbreaking because I know a lot of people. Personally, I don't like this song. It's not my thing, but I know that a lot of people love it, and it's just a shame. It's really a shame.
I love the song. I love the song actually. Like that's one of the songs that I enjoy the most listening on my earphones. But you know, she just doesn't feel comfortable on that stage for some reason. I don't know. Maybe she's worried. Am I gonna sing this like I'm supposed to? But actually, on the second rehearsals, her vocals are better than the first one. The first one was really a mess, but today she kind of make it work. She's not still there yet, but you know.
Yeah. I just, like you said, Louise, I just want to give her a wee hug and just be like, Roxen, it's okay. Like, you can sing. You're great. You're here for a reason. Like, people love your song. They love you. Go smash it. But, oh, God. And it's just not what I expected. You know, we just got this. I had an idea of what we were going to see. And yeah, I mean, if I was on that team, I'd say to them, stop making her move, first of all, because the vocal's not there. The vocal's not strong. It's nowhere where it needs to be. Stop making her move around, do all these jumpy things. She doesn't look like a mover or a performer, so let her just be stationary. Have this vulnerable, emotional moment with the camera to reach out to the viewers at home. Let the dancers dance. That's what they do. They're dancers. She doesn't have to be going around. She's clearly not comfortable. And performing on such a big stage can be so intimidating and so scary for people. And I really mean this. I saw the fear in her eyes. And I just was like, I hope there's no one like pushing her to do certain things. Like, so Yeah, but she's in my eyes, she's not qualifying. She's not.
I do hope that she's gonna surprise us all when the live, comes, because I do love everything about her, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The song is one of my favorites. Actually, I listen it every day so many times, and I also sing it with her. So we're doing this duo, Miko and Roxen. And I think she's a very good singer once she's not moving. She's not a very good performer. She's not performer, let's put it that way. So once she's singing and moving all around, she just losing her breath, and she's not very confident. And also, she's very young. So I would definitely go, as you said, Michal, I would just put her in the middle of stage. Dancer, you do your stuff, and let her sing. For me, even though it's one of my favorite songs, for me, it's also very questionable if she will qualify or not. So I think the fight will be maybe Israel, Romania, those ones that they're very nice tracks, maybe, but the performance and the live might be very, it's questionable. So
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
the dancers can help tell the story without her. Like, they can be coming in around her, like representing what they do. She doesn't need to be running away from them. And anything we're saying about like Roxen or any artist, it's to help them.
It's all love.
It's all love. Like like Stefan just said, I really like Romania's song as well. It has been the biggest grower for me. But I also can step back and see the bigger picture and see how competitive this year as a whole is. And I can also see the bloodbath and how everyone has stepped up in the semi.
Mhm.
And be fair and say, I just don't see it qualifying now. But
And even when you don't like the song, like I don't love the song really, it would be quite low down my top, but I still will her to do well.
Yeah.
I still want to see all the countries doing their best. So yeah, as Michal said, it's all love.
Yeah. Oh my god, so much love, like literally for every single one of them. Okay, so shall we move on to Mamma Mia.
Mamma Miko's
mustache.
Nico, I know you like this track as well. How are you feeling about Matahari?
Okay, so actually, Israel, Romania, and Azerbaijan were my favorites, top 10. And Israel and Azerbaijan was the one who did not disappoint me with vocals and with staging from 3 of them. So I'm super excited. I was still waiting more from the dancers. This was the only thing, from my point of view, that I think the singer was dancing more than the dancers, with like more passion, like more energy. So this was something it was missing for me. I wanted them to be more sexy, more like Pussycat Dolls kind of, when they were making the line and being sexy with each other, like truly own it. So I felt that is lacking. But otherwise, I love the staging, the colors, the choreography, and everything. It's very good. I want this to qualify. I want to see this in final. It's super good.
And
and we finally have some, and the snake, and finally we have some, Oriental vibes, like Middle Eastern stuff. So I also missed that in the contest. So finally we have something like that. So I'm super excited. Hopefully they will. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we watched the first rehearsal together, Miko. We felt very similarly.
Mm-hmm.
The second rehearsal day felt a bit more flat. I'm not sure what it was. Was it just an off day? It wasn't actually on par with the first rehearsal, I thought, today's second rehearsal. But I think they've done extremely well with their package. I mean, Azerbaijan are very good at using what they have and doing it well, producing it well, making something nice and polished. They're not giving her too much movement. They're getting dancers to do a bit more. Now, I think we both agree the dancers could have been doing more, certainly in that first rehearsal. The stage looks expensive and she's sounding almost vocally perfect. So I think Azerbaijan's got something really strong, and if they qualify, they deserve to.
Yeah, somebody said I expected more flames. Well, I don't think you're gonna miss those in this performance. This was just a short clip. I think there will be flames. What do you think, guys?
They could be holding back. That's true. Like, pyro's expensive,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I mean, I love her. Like at some point, when that back goes like like that man voice, and she's like Efendi, she's like really giving her all while that is going. She's super sexy in this performance. I was really surprised because we were actually kind of worried about her dancing, and just what you all said, like she was a better dancer than everybody out there. But I'm definitely sure that this is going to look awesome in the semifinals. The one thing I don't like, but not just with this performance, but with I really hate those wide angles. It just takes me off the fantasy. Why would you do that? Like, I want to see them. I don't want to see like the arena plus the the empty arena right now.
Yeah, it's like you've got enough time during the show to show off your amazing work.
Yeah.
Let these minutes be about the artist. We don't need these wider shots. Before the rehearsals, I was worried about Efendi's chances of qualification just from stuff that we've seen with energy-wise and stuff like that. But I was impressed, pleasantly surprised. It looks like she's been doing a lot of work and improvement. And what surprised me the most was her vocals. I thought at points I was almost listening to the studio track, and I was like, oh, you can sing. But I agree, the dancers could be doing more. The dancers could be dancing. Like, they could be doing... Like, this is fun. Like, this is like a bit of a kitsch thing. Professional dancers can do a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I think only if you are on Eurovision stage, you should be by default so excited that you don't even need to be a dancer to really want to do it, Like,
Should we dance for Efendi Mamamata Harry Park?
We've been practicing.
What I will say works in Azerbaijan's favor is that this is the sort of sound that the average viewer, the general public, tune in and want to see at Eurovision. They sort of expect these entries. So that really works in their favor, I think. Like as Miko said, having this like Middle Eastern sound. We do love an ethnic pop bop, and we haven't got that many this year. So it really works on Azerbaijan's favor.
That's what I wanted to say. I really appreciate that she's bringing, Azerbaijani flavor to the competition. I love it. I love when, countries with Sweden, when did we ever saw what is like Swedish music, I never in my lifetime of watching Eurovision, I never really experienced some, typical Swedish song, but with this, you can immediately tell, it's either Azerbaijan or Turkey or somewhere, Middle Eastern. So I love those kinds of things. Like, bring me the culture, because we get to familiarize with you more.
Did you say something about Sweden? I feel like I shouldn't.
Music, ABBA.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah.
I said in my lifetime of watching, I didn't witness ABBA's performance.
Yeah, but I do need to stick up for Sweden. Like, people associate them just with generic pop, but that is their culture. That is their thing. That is what they're good at. Like, back in the early noughties, in the 90s, like, artists would send labels would send their artists to Sweden to be like, right, go get some hits from Sweden, the biggest experts of pop music. So ultimately, that is their culture in a sense, But
yeah.
I guess you mean maybe like like John. Oh, what's his last name again? Why have I completely forgot it? Like that Sami culture. Am I correct?
Oh.
I
don't know.
I can't pronounce his last name. John Henrik. Yes. I think maybe you mean like traditional sonic sounds rather than like pop, right? Yeah, go on, Julia. We see you typing.
I'm reading her comments. Yeah.
I'm like that's the word. John Henrik. La la la.
Dahlgren, isn't it?
Dahlgren,
yeah.
Okay, and we're at country number 15, Ukraine, and I do just want to quickly say, how good was the stand-in singer today? Like, I just want to give her a
yes.
I need her version.
You know what her name is? Go B.
Go B.
Go B for Goa.
Not Goa. Go B.
I need Go B's version because I find her voice more easy to listen to and digest.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought the stand-in did an
I was
amazing job.
missing Katharina now, I have to say, but the stand-in was very good.
Stand-in was
Can we-
amazing.
Ukraine, I did not like this song that much. It was like 20th in my top. And Mika and Sandra and I lost our minds to the first rehearsal. I was like shouting. I was like, am I like swear on Eurovision Hub? Like I want to swear. Like I just had all these emotions. I was going crazy. Could this win?
That's my
Like it is so good. It is so good. Like visually, you just can't stop watching it. Like as soon as it finishes, I just want to watch it again and again and again and again. It's like enchanting. It is enchanting. Yes. And it's like you're in this magical, powerful bubble and you just can't stop watching. I think this could do really, really well.
I have so much respect for this band. Like this is the one of the most unique things we are seeing this year on the stage. And yeah, just like Louis said, it's really it hypnotizes you, or you're enchanted while you're watching it. And they did not, I was kind of asking like, what are they going to do with the visuals? What is going to happen on that stage? I was really curious to see, and they didn't disappoint. And of course, Hugo B did a good job, even though I was so stressed. I'm still stressed if the lead singer is going to come back, because me and my other half actually put some money on Ukraine that it's going to end up in top 10. So I want to see Ukraine in their full capacity on that Eurovision stage. It's wonderful. The only thing that worried me is, Ukraine, this type of sound, this ethnic sound. I'm from the Balkan, and this kind of sound is, familiar to me. I am used to that. Maybe that's why I love it so much. But that's what I was talking to Louise before. But what about people for example, from Ireland, who are not really, not Ireland or Sweden, for example. They're not really used to this type of high-pitched tones, callings from for the Slovenian gods, whatever, calling for the summer. So for the spring. So that's what my worry here was, that people from the West are not gonna really, they're gonna be like, oh, what is this? Some kind of, pagan thing. Yeah. But for me, it really touches me. I don't want to end it ever.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't see it like getting 8, 10, or 12s from us. Like we're more likely to go for a pop song. I see Lithuania doing extremely well in our vote, but I could see us giving it a couple of points. Like I definitely think there's people who would appreciate how alternative it is for the Irish here. We would never hear something like this, would we, Michal, on radio or anything. It would be so out there for Irish ears. But I could see it picking up a couple of votes, like 2-3 points maybe. And I think Eastern countries and Central European countries are going to give it the love it deserves. I hope.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, let's imagine. So we have, first of all, the song is in Ukrainian, which is amazing. Then we have traditional instruments, and then we have traditional way of singing the song. And then also we have, for Eastern part or for Western part, if you would like, we have techno, electro, everything mixed together. And then I love the song until that point anyway. And when I saw the staging and the way, like the all color visuals, everything, my eyes were like having a visual orgasm. I was like, hell yeah, I want this to be in top 5.
Yes.
It's so good. It's just such a good product with everything, it's like, I was shocked. Really, I think it was the biggest staging shock I had so far for me.
That's my winner of the day, Ukraine.
Yeah.
I think that, again, this is what I said about Azerbaijan, is that it's got an advantage in the sense that this is the stuff that, the casual viewer tunes in and expects, so it will be like, oh, this is what we want to see. So I think that does work in their favor for sure. Mm-hmm. But guys, we've got through all 15. Congrats. Yeah. Cheers. But we said that by the end of this stream, we're going to try and put together 10 countries in which we think are going through. Now, chat, throw in your qualifiers. And how shall we do it, guys? Shall I put it along the little scrolly thing at the bottom?
Ooh.
Yeah, let me try.
So 10 countries that are qualifying to the final, right?
Yeah, I'll put them together here. So, and chat, let us know who your 10 are as well, because I know take into consideration like the running order, what kind of genres before them and after them. So let's start with Lithuania.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, undoubtedly.
Okay, so Slovenia, thumbs up or down for qualifying?
For me, it's a no.
Okay, let me check them out.
Oh, Slovenia,
Russia.
sorry, no.
Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweden, are they qualifying?
Yeah.
Okay, Australia, are they getting through?
I don't think.
Okay, I'll check them out. North Macedonia, are they qualifying?
I think yes.
Oh, you've been outnumbered, though, Miko. I'm so sorry. But they're good. Ireland.
Let's say yes.
I don't know.
think.
Yeah, I think yeah. I think this is going to be a surprise for everyone.
I'm sorry, Miko. Cyprus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Norway.
How many did we get by now?
Who?
yeah.
Who is this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got 5 qualifiers. Croatia.
Yes.
Miko.
Okay. I'm not sure. It's
I'm not
here.
sure either. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Belgium.
I don't think.
Oh, what do we do when it's 2?
We're gonna leave it for later.
Leave it for the end, then we fight to the death.
Yeah, let's leave it fight. Israel.
I don't know.
Okay, this is where it gets complicated. Can we leave that as well?
Yeah.
Romania.
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, we have our qualifiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Mihal, use your bloody brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, yeah, okay. Chat, here are our predictions.
Wait.
Azerbaijan?
Countries.
There are more countries.
And isn't Malta in the first semifinals too?
No.
Oh, guys, we need to
But
reconsider everything.
we haven't done Ukraine or Azerbaijan, have we?
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Azerbaijan.
Yes.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And that's what I mean. That's our 10. So our unsure ones have completely gone now. That's what I mean. We have our 10. But as you say,
Malta.
Malta's in this semi-final. So we got to check someone out now and swap them with Malta. Let me just find a Malta emoji while we discuss.
So where is the? Can you write the whole list somewhere so I can see it?
No.
Maybe we should get the chat to decide this one.
No. We have qualifying Lithuania, Russia, Sweden, Ireland, Cyprus, Croatia, Belgium, Israel, Azerbaijan, and Ukraine. But we need to switch one. We need to switch
Israel.
one of them out. Okay.
Israel.
So here is our top. Here's our 10 qualifiers, guys. Chat, do you agree with us?
No, they don't.
They don't.
Well, not fully, at least.
Sweden out. Let me have a little look. Malta didn't go today, but if we're talking semi-final 1, let me see.
You know, I mean, it's going to be tricky for Belgium, Croatia, Israel, and Ireland. That's where we are not sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm.
So, guys, what do you think of our qualifier? Do you think we've predicted it right? Azerbaijan and Ireland will qualify, says Chris A.
8 out of 10.
I don't agree on Azerbaijan's part. I think Azerbaijan is 100% a qualifier.
Pascal says that he would love to see it that way. Thank you, Pascal. By the way, Pascal, I've been loving all your like TikToks and your like dancing and stuff this season. Loving all your
Oh, I'll have to
TikTok
check it
stuff.
out.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, we have another Azerbaijan out.
Mm-hmm.
Romania in.
For me, like Romania, Azerbaijan, Israel is kind of questionable. I think, like you cannot have them all. It's like some of my favorites will be out. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, this is a really strong semifinals. Like
Yeah.
all things aside, whatever we said, every performance has its negative side and the positive side, But overall, really overall looking, I'm really grateful for all the artists this year because this is a really, really strong year. When we comment here, like those are really the small things we're trying to look for to try to separate them from one another.
Yeah.
This semi-final is gonna ruin us. It's gonna cause some heartbreak. I'd love to know as well from the chat, even if you can't vote in the semi-final, depending on where you're from, maybe you could send in the chat 1 or 2 countries that you think you'll be voting for, especially if you're going to be voting in semi-final 1. Who will you vote for? And if you were voting in semi-final 1, who would you vote for? Because I know personally, as I'm from Ireland and I can vote, I will be voting for Russia, Lithuania, and I'm starting to think Ukraine.
Don't start thinking, but do it.
So while the chat does that, we know Miko has to go now. We send you lots of love. One last time. Mama Miko's mustache. Miko's mustache.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Let's see what the chat said. I love Miko. I love you all. Honestly, I literally love coming on and just chatting all things Eurovision and geeking out with you. Like, we didn't have the live stream today. This is for the chat. We didn't have the live stream today, as you know. And I missed waking up and watching everyone else on the team on the screen. I literally wrote in to the Eurovision Hub group chat. And I was like, guys, I miss seeing your face. It feels like a family. Like, in mornings.
On my breaks in work, I was checking to see what they were saying, and I'd be like, Daddy, I missed the last 2 hours. What happened?
It was so fun.
Do you feel the same way, guys? Do you think like this is one of the most tense Eurovisions in the previous years?
It's wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
And who do you think is going to win? Because I also put some money on the winner.
I think you put money on Switzerland, haven't you?
No.
Malta?
No.
France?
Yes.
I still think Lithuania could win it,
If France wins and if Ukraine goes in my top 10 in general, my trip to Greece, at least the gas, is paid out.
That's mental. I mean,
let's not forget about Iceland. I think a lot
of
I was literally forgetting about Iceland. I think those viewers are going to be like, oh, it's the same song from the TikTok. They're not going to realize it's a different song. A lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't think Iceland's going to win. I think it's going to be between the France, Malta, and Switzerland, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's going to be between Iceland, Switzerland, and Malta. I think those are the three. Malta, Switzerland, and Iceland. They're the three to watch for me. Why did I just say that twice in 2 different ways? I'm sorry about that.
You're emphasizing. I should also say I did get winner vibes from Bulgaria too. I thought their staging was stunning.
Well,
no. I'm going to take my thoughts back because we're not talking about it. But should I say it?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, I will.
We'll talk about Bulgaria tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, hold the thought. But
come back tomorrow to find out Miho's thoughts on Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it for tomorrow. I have a question for you too. Okay, so Louise already said, like, who are you voting for in this semifinal? Okay, you will not spend all of your money on voting. Like, who are you going to pick from today's rehearsals? Mm-hmm.
She's keeping us in suspense. Come on, missus.
No, I didn't Stefan say I've already answered. I thought he was asking you who you're voting for.
I'm asking you and the chat. Yeah, I'm asking everybody here. I'm paying attention to them and to you, Michael.
Oh, to me. Oh, okay. Who would I vote for? I would vote for Russia, Cyprus, Belgium, and Malta.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
We
if I
got
was in
another
the jury, they would be who I'd be voting for.
Yeah.
Well,
Italy, but Italy is not in the semifinal.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're.
All right.
No, it's going to be a good one. I'm super excited. We're going to do this all again tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, we're treating you to not one, but two live streams. So the big five nations and the host country, the Netherlands, are doing their first rehearsals tomorrow. So from 15:35 Central European Summertime, we will be on here live from the online press room watching all of the rehearsals. And then we will be back that night to talk about semi-final two's first rehearsals plus Malta. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow, guys. I just want to take a minute to thank Stefan and Louise and Miko and every single last person in the chat. The fact that you've come on to come and hang out with us and talk with us and share your opinions means the absolute world. Like, it literally does. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Vanya. Thank you, Pascal. Oh, there's so many names that I can't pronounce. Corrine, Chris,
Lucia.
Yeah, honestly, it means the world. Thank you so much, Julia. So yeah,
cousins.
good night.
Yeah.
And we'll see
Thanks,
you later.
Miko.
Bye.
Thanks, Stefan. Bye.